Welcome to Midday, Maryland. I'm Elsa M. Coming up on the show today, it's an issue of supply and demand for the current housing market. We'll turn to the experts for advice. Plus, a grandmother's love and the right art supports make all the difference for one young basketball player. That and more ahead now on Midday, Maryland. The real estate market seems a bit unsure right now, so if you have questions as a buyer or a seller, the W Home Group has some answers.
Maryland's #1 real estate team.
Yeah, and that's 2 years running now, which is really exciting for us.
We caught up with James Weiskerger and Kelly Schuit of the W Home Group at a new build in Moncton, a home they knew about before it was even on the market.
It's so well done. It's one of the first new builds by Innovative. They did a really, really nice job on this. It's high-end finishes all throughout. This is exactly what our buyers are looking for.
It's what they're looking for, but homes like this are sometimes hard to find. Well, more like hard to get.
Part of what's important to us is always being really networked in with other agents in the area, whether they are at our brokerage or another brokerage. All of the top agents kind of tend to talk to each other. We know what's coming on the market. We know what inventory is there, which is really important to our buyers right now.
Yeah, we've always said access to inventory is such an important factor, and in this market, it really is pretty vital for our buyer success.
The real estate market has been a wild ride for the last couple of years. Whether you are selling or buying, it's enough to make your head spin.
The market, the rates have increased, as we all know. And with that being the case, there's still not a lot of inventory on the market. So we have a lack of inventory, and buyers are having a really hard time finding great homes.
There's a supply and demand issue, right? When you're in real estate, your product is houses, and we have a really severe lack of product right now. So buyers are competing on these houses that are few and far between, and they're also paying a higher rate. So it's a challenging market for buyers.
And if you're a seller?
For a seller to be able to sell their house and then buy something else and borrowing double or triple the amount of money that they're actually paying because rates have almost tripled. And so I think it makes it really, really challenging. Like, where do you go if you're a seller? And so the idea would be if you can sell now, maximize your profit, get into something wonderful, and then hopefully in a year or two be able to refinance into a more affordable payment.
The pendulum swung so fast. We went from 2s to 7s. I mean, that's a big jump. If we were going from 2s to 4s, we wouldn't be having this conversation, right? 2s to 3s. We can sell houses in the 4s or 5s all day long. That's really normal. That's something that the market can definitely tolerate. So once we get back to that level, those monthly payments are not going to be as jarring to these sellers and buyers. Our advice to sellers is if you can stomach that monthly payment for the foreseeable future, and you can think to yourself, okay, I'm going to make an additional $50,000, $100,000 that I don't deserve on the house I'm selling. It takes a lot of monthly payments to add up to make that amount that you're making. So really, if you can leverage the equity you have, it's a great time to sell. You just have to know that you're going to be in a higher monthly payment until you can refi out of that once rates.
And as a seller too, because there's nothing on the market, we're still seeing sellers just get overinflated numbers for their houses.
Not having to do a lot of work, getting it on their timeline, on their terms, no inspections. I mean, sellers are in a really good position right now if they can figure out what their next move is. And we really are good at helping with that, but it's a mental hurdle.
So how do you get over that hurdle? Well, there are a few options that might help you get there.
I think buyers who are willing to maybe do some work to a property are able to get in below market value and actually create their own equity. The homes that are gorgeous, like this house right here that we're in, this is a house that will fetch multiple offers, and really a buyer is going to probably have to overpay to get this house, but we can actually help buyers recreate this in any house they buy.
Yeah, another strategy we have, if you're already in a home and you're buying your next home, we can keep you in that house with our seller home of choice contingency, which basically says, I don't have to move out of this house until I find the house I'm moving to. So you can have your house under contract, you can make better, stronger offers in the marketplace, knowing that your house is under contract, but also knowing, hey, if I don't find that dream house that I'm looking for because supply is so limited, I don't have to move.
We also have access to so much inventory, and so being able to find homes before they ever get listed just gives buyers a really big advantage.
We're trading a lot of houses off market right now, which really top agents are able to do because we're networked in. We know what's coming on the market. We can match make our buyers with that, and that takes them out of that rat race of competing with 10 other buyers on a house.
If you're even considering selling, give us a call and we can tell you what your house is worth in this marketplace. And I promise you it's probably remarkably higher than you think you're going to get.
And if you're thinking, okay, that's great, Kelly, James, where am I going next? We do have a plan for that. There are such great terms on these that are going to allow you a rent back to stay in your house. They're going to allow you a seller home of choice contingency where you can find that next house and identify it. We promise you're not going to be homeless. We're going to make sure that you have a landing spot, and it's going to be one that you're really excited about.
For more information or to reach out to the W Home Group directly, just go to thewhomegroup.com. We'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.